Leadership is not an endowment, it's an accomplishment. It's not, okay, now I give you leadership. They don't give it to people. People achieve leadership. It's not in the position. There are many, many positions that are not of any relevance or importance. There are presidents of nations who are not leaders. There are MD and CEOs of corporations who may not be leaders. The cost of emerging a leader, and the interesting thing is that this cost is universal. You can't run away from it. You are either willing to pay the price or you die a peasant. Leadership presents unlimited vacancies for all. That is, anyone could emerge a leader if he's willing to pay the price. That makes leadership present unlimited vacancies for all. However, not without demands, most of which are not tasteful. And when the demand is met, or when the demands are met, anyone's leadership potentials finds colorful expressions. Performing a leadership function does not connote being a leader. Your title is irrelevant. Leadership is not occupying a position, it is fulfilling the conditions for leadership. That means your journey to leadership begins with a right attitude. The foundation of meekness is the foundation for all true greatness. That is, the attitude of meekness is the foundation for all true greatness. Dangerous problem in our part of the world where titles are mistaken for accomplishments, where age is glorified as authority, where certificates is mistaken for credence. The greatest leader in Old Testament history was Moses, and his prime credential was meekness. Now the man Moses was the meekest of all men that were on the face of the earth. What is in meekness that engenders leadership? Meekness is a catalyst for learning. You are teachable with meekness. You are not a note taker. You are a lesson learner. You are not just taking notes. You are learning lessons. As you read books, as you listen to tapes, as you build up yourself. It is meekness that makes a peak learner. Peak learning is a commitment to the art of lifelong learning. It is peak learners that become great leaders. They are always conscious of the truth that there is always room for improvement, and by so doing they remain committed to continuous personal development exercises. Remember, it is maturity that makes a leader. And maturity is not about age, either biological age or the age in the system. Maturity is about depth. Maturity is not about degrees. It's about capacity to deliver in your given field. Capacity cannot be imparted, it has to be cultivated. Maturity cannot be imparted, it has to be developed. The day learning stops is where your leadership expression begins to wane. The attitude of meekness is fundamental to the actualization of your full leadership potentials. Meekness says, if any man thinks he knows anything, let him know that he knows nothing yet, as he ought to know. Let him know that he knows nothing yet, as he ought to know. A learner's attitude is the highway to realizing your leadership potentials. We all need to possess a learner's attitude. The price is universal. Go to any nation, it's the same price. It takes a learner's attitude to scale new heights. Novice with leadership responsibility, it will blow him. So it was your commitment to learning that determines the manifestation of your leadership potentials. This is why no lazy man has a future. This is why responsibility has remained the price of greatness in all generations. A learner's attitude is the raw material for the making of great leaders. All you need is take responsibility and live with it. You cannot be a player and a fan at the same time. You are either a player or a fan in the stadium. Every true greatness must bear a mark of meekness. Every true one, wherever you find it. In the school of leadership, no one graduates. You only make progress. No one ever graduates. You only make progress. And then, of course, the next attitude is the attitude of a servant. They don't pay for this. You serve your way into your leadership rating. You pave the way into your leadership ranking by qualitative service. The attitude of a servant as one of the great catalysts for leadership manifestations. Whosoever will be great, understand the highway to greatness. It is qualitative service. Whosoever will be chief, understand the highway to the heights you see yourself scaling. And the heart of a servant is that highway. The quality of your investment in your service opportunities today will define the limits of your leadership tomorrow. Every great leader must pass the servanthood test. So a leader is not the commander, a leader is the servant. The leader is not the commander, the leader is the servant. That's why those who play leadership never become one. It is those who play servanthood well that emerge great leaders. Those who play leadership hardly emerge one. But those who play servanthood well always emerge leaders in a grand style. You are not a leader by issuing command. You are a leader by rendering quality service. You are not telling them what to do. You are showing them what to do by doing it. He said, look on me, and as I do, do likewise. That is the challenge of leadership. Look on me, I'm digging it, so you start digging the way I'm digging. Not listen, this is how you should dig. No, look at how I am digging and start digging like that. Until you pass the service test, you'll never imagine a leader. Stop playing master. You can mess up your destiny. Play servanthood. Your leadership qualities will be enhanced. Your leadership rating will be enhanced. That's all it takes. No one will ever get out of life more than what is willing to put into it. So your expanse is defined by your credible service where you are. You can't tell where you are now will take you to if you put your best in there. It is not material returns that makes a leader. You never be any more than you are able to invest today. It is the investment of today that speaks tomorrow. Part of the story in the making of a leader. The attitude of meekness, which is the learner's attitude. Then the attitude of a servant, which is the seed of greatness.